Welcome to Honest Opinion. I know it's been a while since I've posted. Didn't really have anything to say about Gamescom that was nice in any way, shape, and form, so I just decided to avoid talking about it. Uh, it was not good, and I want to punch Blizzard in the face for the 10-minute long World of Warcraft that wasted my life. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. The rest of it was just boring and Jeff Keighley overpromising and underdelivering like he always does. So we're just gonna move on. But the I want to talk about Avengers because that's all this channel seems to want to do now, and that's all I care about doing sometimes. And the big thing I want to talk about is the war table that happened today, and the battle pass controversy that's going around as well. So the let's start with the war table because the battle pass is going to take a while. Um, it showcased a lot more than I thought for 15 minutes. Um, and you can tell that this was not the plan. They were not talking about Kate. They were going to talk about Kate at another time. This was supposed to be Panther's stream. But with the shocking and tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, they last minute changed it, which I think is good for them. I know that there's people that are going to still shit on them because that's what you do. You always find that one game that you got to shit on, and I guess it's Avengers, which honestly, fuck off. Little touching thing to Chadwick while also confirming that Black Panther's in the game. I have two dreams. That Black Panther is Chadwick and that he is immortalized in Avengers forever. And that on that Battle Pass issue where you have to pay $10, anyone who does pay that $10, I hope that they either give a part of it or give all of it to either a pro-black charity or a colon cancer research charity. Because I don't think people understand just how devastating that disease can be. I know we focus on breast cancer a lot, but there are a lot of other cancers out there that are people are not as lucky to survive. As we have seen, we saw a man for the past 4 years give us incredible content while he was hurting. And I am sad to see that man go, but I am happy that he is no longer in pain. And I will do my damnedest to remember him until the day I die. Because that guy was an inspiration to so many, and it's not fair that he's gone, to be quite honest with you. It's not fair. But moving on to the event. They decided to talk about day one and just how much content is going to be in this game. And there is an absolute ton. You know, it feels like there is a ton without them really telling you. You know, they showed a map and it just said missions 44. Holy fuck. That's a lot of missions. I mean, okay, all right. When you're not having to just be like, listen, trust me, there's a lot of missions. When you just show a piece in the game and it just says something that high, all right, there's a lot of content in the game. Whether it's worthy or not, I can't say yet. I enjoyed the content I played because I just enjoyed the way the combat felt in that game when I played the beta. But there's content, you know. There's a lot of content, and 6 heroes at launch as well to play with. Captain America is still the big question, so I'm excited to figure out how the hell. Like, the fact that they're like, yeah, Cap's playable, and you're like, but he's dead. And it's like, all right, well, I guess we got to follow that pipeline. I like how loyal they are to the comics. One of my biggest things was they teased this, like, oh, yeah, and some events will only be available on the weekend. You're like, wait a minute, whoa, what is going on? So they're taking the Xur concept that Destiny 2 started, but no one really cares about Xur. And they're like, no, we're going to do it with missions. And you're like, oh, that's different. That's cool. I actually am kind of okay with that, and it kind of fits. I bet you it fits in with their story, just from everything that I'm seeing, is that the AIM secret lab kind of, there's a way that they can get it to work only on certain days, and you have a certain amount of time. There's a window that you can get into the lab. I like that concept because that feels legit. That feels like something that would be possible in the Avengers with AIM. That, yeah, well, we can get in, but you have a day, dude. You gotta go. I like that. And they started detailing some of the events. They talked about the first big event, which is going to be with Maria Hill, and dealing with some crazy shit. Also, I don't know if anyone caught it. There's a Captain Marvel poster on the wall, so my claim that Captain Marvel's in this game still stands. Damn it, she is in this game. She is a playable character. I was hoping that she was the one that was talked about today, man. I bold faced predicted that it was gonna be her, but it was still a female. Like I think they got to get their girl power up. Marvel has too many badass chicks, so you can't keep them out. Like I need Scarlet Witch, I need Wasp, I need Captain Marvel. You gave me Kate Bishop. All right, now give me the other four, and let's round out this badass five. Like that is such a good five. Black Widow and Kamala, six. So you would have six. Man, that would be so cool. But we'll see. I don't want to speak to their roadmap, but having Spider-Man's gonna be cool too because I'm playing on PlayStation and not both. I canceled my Xbox One. I'm just getting it on one, just so I don't get too exhausted. But they talked about another enemy type. They talked about the Watchdogs, which immediately made me think of Watch Dogs, which means I will never forget that name. So they talked about the Watchdogs and how they hate Inhumans. Also, we now know that they are going to call them Inhumans, so there might not be any X-Men in this game because this game probably existed prior to the licensing stuff. If I'm correct, it did. So there probably won't be any X-Men. If there is X-Men, hell fucking yeah, give me Wolverine. But if there's not, it makes sense because they're using the term Inhumans and not mutants. So, and there could be X-Men in here, and they could still use that word Inhumans because from what I know, Marvel themselves is trying to get away from the word mutants, just because of its connotation. I think if you hear the word mutants, instead of them calling themselves mutants, you might hear themselves be called Inhumans. But mutant sounds way more derogatory, kind of like a hate word. And so I think that that's why they're trying to get away from it, because they don't want, like, you might see the bad guys call them mutants, but you won't see them call them, like, oh yeah, we're just not human. We're inhuman. We're superhuman. Something like that. Detailed the vendors, detailed the cosmetic vendor. I know everyone's so pissed off at cosmetics. Jesus, it's like they never played fucking Overwatch. Oh my god, all that game was cosmetics. Calm the fuck down. And you can get it in game, so and they're like every chest probably has one. You're like, oh, so it's better than Destiny, which was impossible to get silver. So you could do it. You literally had to pay to get any emotes in fucking Destiny. So, I don't really want to hear anyone bitch about this game because they're not blocking sustainable actual content behind a paywall. They are giving you every expansion, every character for free. And I really appreciate that they're doing that. We'll get into more detail about the other thing here in a bit. And then, of course, they announced Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop looks awesome, and I like that the story integrates both her and Cliff, and I think she looks cool. And I like the integration, showing that these two characters kind of make sense being together because Clint's doing what Clint does, which is going towards the dark side a little bit too much, and she's going to be that one that snaps his ass back and saves his ass. I don't know what's going on, but it looked cool. So that looked dope. So let's talk about it. That's where my first concern and big red flag for this game comes from. We have two Hawkeyes, two people that are going to play close to each other. Will they each have a battle pass? Or will it be one apiece? Or will it just be one battle pass? Because that's where the battle pass system for me is starting. It's going to break down. Because if you're telling me, okay, I'm gonna give you Kate Bishop and Clint 2 battle passes, and you're like, wait a minute, that's $20 for the same person. Like, those two characters are very close to each other. Yes, I know that but they're still very close to each other with the way that they function and attack. Why would I want to pay $20 for that? Because there's people who are going to think like that. That's my first concern, is that, like, for me though, the one thing I will tell everyone, as someone who played the beta and decided to actually look at that battle pass, the 6 that you get for free, by the time you max out their pass, you will get at least 1,000 of that in-game currency to buy another one. So if you are obsessed with this game, you will be able to get that new character. And even if you don't, you can pick and choose which battle passes you want to get too. Yes, they are going to try to want to make money. Shocker, because they're giving you content for free. And from the way it sounds, their roadmap is not just 2020, 2021. This sumbitch sounds like it's 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, it sounds like it is multiple years of content that they want to give you, and the only thing that they asked for is an upfront price of $60. Of course, they're going to, like, I'm going to say it right now. If they release a character that I fucking need to have, if Wolverine's in there, and, I don't have enough in-game currency, I'm fucking buying it. I don't care. Because if me not paying any money into a game for all that content means that they need to find a way to make an income, because this is the world, you have to run a business, then I'm going to find ways to give them money. I did it with Warframe. Warframe is a free-to-play game. They asked for $0 up front, and I went, fuck, this game is awesome. I need to do, you know what? I'm going to buy that. Here's $10. You know what? A year later, you know what? You're still giving me fucking great content. I'm going to buy that. Boom. It's called supporting something that you like. And to knee-jerk say, oh, that's anti-consumer. I can promise you this. The term pro-consumer is the dumbest term I have ever heard. There isn't a single company that will function in a pro-consumer world. Because a pro-consumer world means low profit. And no one wants that shit. You wanna live in a world where companies are... Look at JC fucking Penney's. Look at fucking Macy's. Look at Kohl's. Look at some of these companies that do have some pro-consumer ideologies. They're fucking failing. And then, of course, anti-consumer places fail too. There is a middle ground where you have to make money somehow, some way. And honestly, games like Battlefield started that shit. And Call of Duty is making hand over fist money. Because they're not gating their content. They're not gating actual content. They're gating cosmetics, new skins. That's it. That's all the concept is. It's not like they're going to give you 4 characters in a month. I get the feeling that Kate Bishop's going to come out in, like, let's say October. Clint might not come out till fucking November, December. And I feel like it's going to be like a season. They're treating their characters as seasons, it feels like. It's 60 days. Hey, 60 days, next character. And again, they're going to be giving you events that you could also earn cosmetics. It sounds like you're going to be getting a ton of stuff, and you're already over here without ever playing the game or just playing that small snippet that the beta was, and you're like, oh, well, they're anti-consumer, so that means they hate me, so that means I'm never purchasing this game. So you're not even giving the game a chance, which is even worse. And then I got people who just are like, oh, this campaign's boring. And it's like, you've been playing it for 2 hours. Chill the fuck out. Like, I don't know a single campaign that, if it grabs me at 2 hours, grabs me at hour 15. Destiny 2 is a prime example. That campaign grabs you right away. By the end of the thing, I didn't fucking care. Having an immediate grab does not always mean that it's going to be good. And assuming that by 4 hours of content you think the game sucks, it's honestly, for a game this size, it's not enough. You know, when I finally said that I didn't like the base content of Destiny, I had already beaten the story and had already started into that in-game loop that was really bad. Is Destiny 2 better? Absolutely. Is Destiny 2 better even now? Yes. And what happened with Destiny 2? Destiny 2 was not perfect at launch, but Destiny 2 got better. with more content. But the difference is that Destiny 2 made you pay for all that content. So you paid hundreds of dollars to get all of Destiny 2's content, which is exactly what you would do if you pay for all of the battle passes. You don't have to, though. They're giving you a way to get those battle passes with the other characters in the game. It's just like Call of Duty. It's just like Apex Legends. It's just like every other goddamn game that has a battle pass. Fortnite's is the same way, where they give you ways to earn that in-game currency so that way you don't have to ask your mom and dad for $10, because this game is rated T for teen, and their assumption is that the demographic is going to be 13, maybe a little bit less, and up, which means they don't have jobs. They cannot guarantee that the average consumer is going to be making money, so they found a way to work around that. That is a very business and consumer-focused approach. Is it pro-consumer? No. It's a logical business move that shows respect to your consumer base based upon your demographic research, while also finding a way that you could turn a profit. Because that's what they want. That's what this game's about. Crystal Dynamics wants to support this game for years. That means it's on the MMO. That means it's on the MMO cash flow. So they're going to look at daily active users, subscribers, and monthly revenue. Those are the three things that are going to matter. It's that simple. So when the game launches and people pay for it, they're going to look, all right, did we make back our money? And can we do anything with this? Let's wait for more money. That's why Anthem failed. Anthem has a lot of problems with it, yes. This doesn't seem to have a lot of those problems that Anthem had, even in the beta. The beta was a tell of how bad Anthem was going to be. This beta was fun. But to say that this game is going to suck just because you have to pay for cosmetics has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And I'm betting you that most of the people that are saying that are just going to go play fucking Overwatch. Dude, you make no fucking sense. That game gives you zero content even to begin with. They give you 25 heroes that I still don't really care about the differences between, or they barely have any differences between them. There's like 3 archetypes. And then they're like, hey, yeah, well, by the way, you got to get content. How about these loot boxes? You can't use in-game currency? Oh, no. No, you got to pay for that. But you guys eat it up. The two-sided of the same coin bullshit has got to stop. Avengers is giving you more content and asking for a little bit in return. Maybe. It just sounds to me like you just want an excuse to hate this game. I get it. I like DC too. Gotham Knights looks dope, but I promise you, it is nowhere close to as ambitious as fucking Avengers is. Avengers is a oh man, that thing's got to be at least $100 million budget. No way. Not with all the materials, not with all the access, not with all the characters, not with all the voice acting. They paid for that motherfucker. And for me, this sounds like it's Square Enix's resume to be Marvel's home. Honestly, who the fuck else you want to have Marvel? EA? Look what the fuck have they done with Star Wars. Look at what Square Enix did for Disney with Kingdom Hearts. Yes, you can talk about how the stories make no sense. But they did more for the Disney brand with that game, with that series, than anybody else has ever fucking done for Disney. And don't give me that bullshit with the Lion King or Aladdin or any of that stuff. Square Enix is a proper home. You want Ubisoft to have it? Ubisoft's going to make the same fucking game over and over and over and over and over again. It's not going to be worth it. Square Enix has a variety of teams that can work on games from as simple as turn-based RPGs to as big as this action RPG to single-off stories if they wanted to. I would rather have Square Enix and their studios have this game than any other studio out there. You want Activision to have it? Remember the last time Activision made a fucking game in the superhero genre? They ruined Spider-Man for years. You want Blizzard to have it? They can't even get their own fucking games right. Who the hell else do you think has the money to do it and do it right? None of them. Square is probably the less evil option. Because look at them, for example. Look at Final Fantasy XIV. When it first came out, that thing sucked. That thing was terrible. They took that bitch back, fixed it, put it back out there. Now it's the biggest MMO on the market. Square Enix will admit their faults and fix them. I can't say that for any of these other developers. You should trust in Square Enix more than you trust in some of these other ones. I'm not saying fully trust them, but I say give them more of a chance. As an avid fan of their games, I can promise you they have not screwed me over as many times as everybody fucking else out here has. Stop bitching about cosmetic bullshit and just play the game and enjoy it. This is the most ambitious thing Marvel has done in video games ever. Ultimate Alliance was cool, but man, it was boring as fuck. This looks fucking dope. I cannot wait to start playing on Friday. That's all I gotta say. Biggest thing is, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Thank you for all that you did, and I promise you, I know a lot of people in the black community are thankful for what you represented, and I think you showed a lot of people that they're wrong and that racism is the dumbest fucking thing in the world, and I really hope that. I really hope people never forget you, because you represented so many icons in the black community. You represented Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall. I mean, you were T'Challa. You're an icon, and you're gone. That sucks. But we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss what you did for cinema. We're gonna miss what you did for culture, for the black community, and for so many unheard voices. Because every kid deserves to have someone that looks like them be a hero. Whether you're white, brown, black, Asian, Indian, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. Being able to look at someone and say, holy shit, they look like me. It does something to you. It changes the inside of you. It makes you feel proud of who you are. In a world that might not be proud of who you are, you can have some inner pride. You can look up to someone and say, I want to be like that. That's what I did with The Flash. And I know that's what I know that's what a lot of young black men did with T'Challa. Thank you for your sacrifice. Rest in peace and rest in power. And always remember that Black Lives Matter. Have a good day.